Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is David Sikin Near Me Comics. Gonna show you 5 books in my collection that is obscure. It's obscure, a title that many people might know or have heard of, but here's my top 5 obscure comic book in my collection. Alright, so some of them will be nostalgia, some of them will be hard to find, some of them is the character that I really enjoy reading or grown to like or to love. And some of the books that you will see, you're thinking, oh yeah, I know this book. Yeah, I have this book. I have that book. I'm looking for that book. Regardless to say, here is my top 5 obscure comic book in my collection. So the first one is Too Much Coffee Man, issue number 1. This is the first printing and published in 1993. Cover story done by Shannon Wheeler. This one has a nostalgia for me because when I used to live in Hawaii, there was a coffee shop in North Shore in Haleiwa, North Shore. There was this coffee shop. They had this Too Much Coffee Man comic book prints and things all over their walls, and I remember taking my daughters there for the drive, and this is something that I must have, and I was finally able to grab it on one of our great YouTube hunter, Vin Crew 20,000. So Mike, thank you. So it doesn't really go for much, but there is, I think there's all the way to like 5th or 6th printing of this book here. So just be careful what you're getting, but it's definitely a really cool story. A character, Too Much Coffee Man. So yeah, that is that. And next book will be, if you not know this, Milk and Cheese, first printing 1991. Just remember, the first printing does not have that banner in the back and the top here. So if you see one like this without it, that is the first printing. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, I think 5th printing also has that banner in the back and the top of this trade dress here. So this is a very obscure, there's a lot of cult following. I think a lot of people liked it. It's a very how would you say it, it's almost like hard to say, really hard to put, but very funny, very non-filtered characters that is very fun to read. So really hard to get in 9.8. I think there's only like 22 of this, maybe more now, but last time I checked was 22 in the census. I think there's a couple of 9.6, I believe there was maybe 1 or 2. Don't take my word for it, but definitely not an easy book to find in 9.8 because of the back, almost like Spider-Man number 300. I mean, that's that black back. So if you find a tick or two, which this one has right here, so but yeah, very cool. Shout out to Two More. Had to grab it, couldn't find this in a while. All right, the next one here is Air Pirates number 1. This was the controversial, released in 1971. This was banned from sales and having any reprint after the settlement of Disney and Company, because this was an underground publishing, which is not Dale. This is called Hale Publishing, and yeah, so this is kind of mocking Mickey Mouse doing his, dopes and selling drugs and things like that. So Disney actually went down and stopped them from making any more, or to stop the publication, also along with not able to have them do any reprint of this. So yeah, got this recently. Alex the comic holder got me the issue number 2 of that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Not an easy book to find, but very obscure. Something, if you're into this kind of things, it's a must-have, I guess. It was must-have for me. All right, the next one is Funny Book, issue number 1. released in 1971, and this was actually the first appearance of Cherry Pop Tart, which is a comic, which was a character that is more for adult readers, with this as well too. And first, yeah, so I always wanted to look for this book, couldn't find it in a while, and if I did end up finding an LCS, they're asking too much for the condition, and I was able to reach out to Alex the comic order and was to get this. And once again, thanks Alex for this hookup, much appreciated. And talk about Cherry Pop Tart, here it is, issue number 1. This is a first print. First print of Cherry Pop Tart after 11 years from actually making a first debut. Here, 11 years later, a little over a decade, here she is in her first solo title. Just something about this is that you're not able to find this on eBay due to being an adult content, I don't know what, but yeah, I try finding it, can't find it. Also, this is a Larry Walt story, cover and art, and yeah, shout out to Comic Book Galore Alex, thank you for this hookup. Got this for almost nothing. And in the back, this first appearance of Vampironica. Yeah, some kind of risque, but it's an art. But that's that. So there is my 5 top obscure comic book in my collection. I hope you like this segment. I'll do a little bit more of 5 books, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 videos a week, and hopefully you'll like it. Stay tuned if it's your first time to my channel. Subscribe and comment below and let me know what you think. And yeah, I think I would need to go a little bit more into population of how many were printed, so I'll get more into more in depth when it comes to certain books, especially when it comes to more of a modern variants and incentive variants, and get a little bit more detail so you kind of know why it's hard to find or why it's rare, why is it selling for so much, and so on. So all right, until next time guys, shoot.